Good morning. It's the 1st of July, 2020. That means it's the first day of our course, Evolution in America, the first official day, the day that was designated to be the day we would meet in the classroom on campus at MTSU. We won't be doing that, thanks pandemic. But nonetheless, we'll be Zooming later this evening and posting lots of stuff on our blog site. Look forward to reading your reflections, class, on Edward Larson's Summer for the Gods, his account of the 1925 Scopes monkey trial that took place down the pike from Murfreesboro in Dayton, Tennessee. We went there 2 years ago when this course was last offered and attended the community theater recreation of the Scopes trial, or one interpretation thereof. It was a great day. I wish we could do it again. I think they're planning maybe to do it, although that's probably ill-advised, and I'm not going to advise anybody to go, sadly. I would love to go back. It was not just the play in the courthouse, on the very wooden benches, the pews, in that courthouse where that trial took place, but it was, in fact, a festive occasion. They had a bluegrass festival going on outside the courthouse, and a great time was had by all of us who made the, 2.5 hour drive through beautiful rolling Tennessee countryside to get to Dayton. If you ever have the opportunity to go in some future July, then I would advise that you do so. Anyway, I'm out here in my little house, my little backyard shack. Some people would call it a man cave. I don't really like that expression. But out here with my doggies. We've been waiting for the rain to stop. We always go for a walk in the morning. I'm a peripatetic philosopher. I like to walk. I think it helps me to think, or at least sometimes to not think when I need to think less, not more. There are times like that. But maybe the rain has about let up and we're going to get out there, my dog pals and I, in a minute. I'll show you them as soon as I turn around. But, well, speaking of turning around, there we go. There's the view from the front porch of the little house. All right. There's the wood pile. We had a nice earth stove that was reclaimed years ago, that I reclaimed from my former neighbor 2 neighbors ago next door. She lived in an old ranch house that was being vacated and torn down, and she didn't want to keep the earth stove. And I said, I'll take it. And it was a chore to get it over here, but there it is, right there. Love it in the wintertime, not today, not in July. But there are my dog pals, curled up, right? There's Peta. Peta, the Spitfire Dachshund / Lab. I know, that's a very strange combination. And there beneath Peta, they do pile on, is Nell. Can you see her? Nell, hello Nell. She is a boxer / pit, and the sweetest dog you've ever seen. Anyway, it is a ramshackle place, but I love it. And we'll miss it if we move, as we were contemplating doing. But I've even got a hammock out here that I pull down on occasion. And got various things that have left the big house, made their way to the little house. Many things I have snagged before they made it to the trash can, but you can see some things of importance to me. Years ago, my wife gave me these commemorative plates. There's Stan the Man, there's Wrigley Field, there's Fenway Park, there's an old map of the world that I've been hauling around with me for as long as I can remember. There's the greatest rock and roll band ever, crossing Abbey Road. There's a portrait of 2 birds that a friend gave us on our wedding, to commemorate our wedding. There's the publicity poster that's in the corner, and you can't see it, from when I gave my talk at the old Davis Kid Bookseller store. There's the caricature that a London artist made of me in the early summer, late spring of 1994. That guy has hair. And oh, this chair, I love this old chair that used to adorn our library in the big house until my wife got tired of it. Anyway, yeah, lots of books out here. Too many books everywhere, but not really, right? There can't be too many. On rainy days, I do the peripatetic thing on an elliptical machine until the rain stops. The dogs don't get to do that, do they? What else do I... Oh, all kinds of odds and ends, like a photograph of older daughter who is now living and working in Southern California. Hope she's well. The pandemic has spiked lately. Here is a photo I ought to be embarrassed by, I suppose. That's me in, what, about 1959 or so, with one of my first canine pals in front of the home owned by one Winterton C. Curtis, a zoologist at the University of Missouri, and one of the Scopes scientific witnesses in 1925 in Dayton, who didn't get to testify because the judge wouldn't allow it. There's a good piece of advice, don't you think? And here's another one. The dog counselor is saying, have you tried taking long walks? Here's a nice little plaque about when the trail rises up to meet you that my wife's late grandmother gave me once. There's a dog that looks like PETA. And CDs. You remember when people listened to CDs and LPs? I've got an old LP player. It hasn't had much use lately. My favorite object in the world, amongst material objects other than persons, is this old roll-top desk that has been with me. It was a high school graduation present back in the Stone Age, and I've been hauling it with me ever since. Now it's in the little house. I think it's got one or two more moves in it, maybe. But there's that roll-top, and then there's another one that was on its way to the dumpster before I retrieved it. And more books and posters and things of significance. There's the time I met Al Gore at the James Union building, right? Just outside my classroom. I didn't know that he was going to turn up in the Tennessee room to speak that day. This was not long after he lost the 2000, like that is after he won but lost the 2000 election, right? And yeah, had a nice brief little conversation with him. Got somebody to take a picture. And other stuff here of interest. Walden Pond is another thing that's been following me around forever, this poster. And there's the Philosopher's Walk with the cherry blossoms in Japan, Kyoto, right? And then there's the back porch of the little house. Another favorite object is that chair, that glider. And then on beyond there is a place we call Dogland, where I like to hang out with the doggies first thing in the morning, drink my coffee, listen to the birds, record some audio for the class, and do other things, sometimes write a little bit down there. Anyway, it's a nice place that we've got here. And like all nice things, it will eventually come to an end for us, but we're still here. All right, well, I look forward to seeing you guys in virtual class soon, and I will talk to you later.